and welcome to I've Run Out of Things to Say podcast. I hope you liked our new sponsor, because it is amazing!
It is amazing.
There's my co-host Cody, and I am Vincent. So, Cody, lots going on.
Yeah.
We got a couple of sponsors. We got Audible. And we also have Loot Crate. Yeah. Loot Crate you'll hear about later on.
Yeah.
But you'll hear some more about Audible tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's tomorrow? The 3rd?
Yeah, the 3rd.
And what comes out on the 3rd? Oh, Logan.
Whoa, sneaky snorts.
So, we are talking about the mutant that was once a mutated Wolverine.
Yeah.
A literal Wolverine. So, come along with us on this journey via the old man known as Logan.
Mm-hmm.
Cody, you are our big Marvel fan and fanatic.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me some things about him.
He's quite a guy. He was born James Howlett, known as Logan. But Logan was apparently a groundskeeper at a farm in Alberta, Canada. That was like his... His what?
A?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, A. But more on that later.
Hold on. I think we need to salute the Canadian man himself.
Yeah.
By saluting the Hugh Jackman Aussie version.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of saying A, we're going to go, Oi!
Mm-hmm.
So, he starts off, let's start, very beginning of Marvel. First time you ever see Wolverine, what comic is that?
Incredible Hulk number 180 at the end, on the last panel, 1974. And his full appearance was in the one right after that, 181.
And at that time, was he actually Logan? Or was he not? And he was an actual...
He was just Wolverine.
Uh-huh.
And you find more about, like, Logan much later.
During the X-Men comics.
Yeah. But he just... At first, he's just like some random crazy, like, clawed guy that just...
He's a
appears.
Canadian with claws.
A Canadian with claws.
A.
Yeah.
A. Oi!
Oi!
Oi, A!
Oi!
Oh, God. I love these episodes. So...
Love him.
Oh, man. So, Wolverine, obviously, in his past, he's part of, the Avengers at one point in time. He was part of X-Men at one point in time.
Mm-hmm.
He was part of, Task Force X. He was part of the Weapon X program.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go with current day Wolverine. How did he come to be?
A whole, like, are you talking like the movie?
No. Current version of Wolverine. The Wolverine that is in all the comics now.
I honestly don't have any idea about it.
Oh,
now.
man, I am going to tell you.
Like, now, no. But, like, 1998?
Same it's about the same story. He started off as, obviously in Alberta, Canada, as a young wee little boy.
Yeah, just
with
chilling.
He was always sick.
Mm-hmm.
Always like, yeah, I'm dying,
Drinking a bottle of beer. No, not really, but...
Crushing on the falseness on his head.
Yeah.
Oi!
Oi!
Oh, man, we're going to hell for that one. Yeah. Anyway, no, he starts off like that, and then, they talk about him having, claws and everything. It's never really explained back then. In the origins of Wolverine it is, but we're not going to talk about that just yet.
Mm-mm.
We'll get back to that point.
Mm-mm.
So, he grows up, and this groundskeeper, obviously...
Thomas Logan.
Yep. He's on the grounds. He's kind of creepy. Bit of a creep.
Yeah. Basically, from what the lore tells us is he basically was the pool boy.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, he basically was like, "Hey, baby, look at me. Keep your grounds. What's up there, Elizabeth? Where's your husband at?"
Oh, he's out on business?
Yeah.
I'll show you the business of raking.
And it just porn music, and then they did it. There was a wolf involved. Apparently. I don't know. There was a cub.
So that's how he came to be, and obviously he was born with the mutant recession gene.
But why?
Because
I never even knew that. Like, I knew how he was
Sabretooth's his
born.
brother too.
Is that?
That's the thing. Like that, they went
Is
back
it his
and forth
brother,
with it.
or is it?
Yeah, it's kind of like this back and forth, like in and out.
mutants?
No, dude, because they grew up together. They fought in wars together. See, they kind of like convoluted the storyline with Sabretooth, which is kind of like eh.
They told two different stories.
Yeah,
like,
but at the same time they kind of link up.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll get more into his relationship with Sabretooth later on in the show.
Yeah.
So this happens, and his baby, his mom's baby daddy decides that, hey man, I don't like this smart dude. I've been raking leaves forever.
Yeah.
Shank him. And that's what he does, and he shanks him, and he kills him. And then, Wolverine, Logan, decides to kill him.
Are you serious?
You should know this, dude.
Well, I've
never
delved that far back.
Retcon and changed over many times.
Like,
yeah, well, in the 90s, they never talked backstory. No. They talked about, Wolverine serving with Captain America, but that was never actually said anywhere.
No.
I would love to see that in an Avengers flashback. Wolverine's in back there with a cigar, get shot at like 50 times, and Captain America's hiding behind his shield going, holy crap! But, so, let's flash forward. So, Wolverine, before he gets his name, he's fought in many wars, and this brings us up to the origin storyline of where he goes over to Japan, and he saves who would become the Silver Samurai. This is based on the movie, The Wolverine. And basically that blows up in his face because of the fact that guy comes back for him later on. We'll get to that in a second. And then, oh man, there's so much like lore and stuff that's convoluted here. I'd love to find one true storyline, but unlike DC, they don't really do that. Like, even DC does it every now and again. But, so, he meets him, he goes through all these wars, and you find out that he has an amazing regenerative healing factor. Yeah. And that means that, like, he's God tier in that sense because of the fact that he gets blown up, he gets shot to death, all this stuff, and, he's perfectly fine.
But as he gets older...
Oh, foreshadow. So, this whole time you're thinking, okay, well, that's fine and dandy, like, he's got a healing factor. Well, let's get up to, like, the 70s and the 80s, and we'd start talking about the Weapon X program.
Yeah, Weapon X.
Hey, what's the best thing that we can do as a government? Let's get a bunch of mutants, modify them genetically, and then drive them all insane. Yeah. There you go.
Is that basically when they turn his bones into adamantium?
Yep, that is the exact time.
Okay.
And that's when he became the Wolverine.
Yeah, because it was just, like, regular before that. Like, he was just straight up bone, and then they... modify him to like adamantium.
Yep.
Okay, that's where I'm at. Like,
yep. So
adamantium.
Now we're up into the 90s cartoons. Yeah. Let's talk about Saturday Morning, Cody.
Saturday Morning. It's the best. It was the best. It was the best show in the world. There's so much colors. There's awesome people with all these powers, like Nightcrawler, Beast. All kinds of stuff. That's like, technically, that's the original 88 or whatever, or the...
Yeah. Well, 92. 92, 94 X-Men were technically...
the classic.
Yeah. But they weren't the original X-Men. Like, Wolverine wasn't part of the original team. He was
he wasn't.
He was just, probably the third rendition of the team.
Yeah, it was like Cyclops, Jean Grey, Beast, that big fat dude... Juggernaut? No. Who was the big dude?
You're thinking of the Blob. He wasn't part of that either.
Ah, dude, what is that comic? The one that
Colossus. You're thinking Colossus. He's the guy that turned to metal.
It was a big dude.
Yeah, he was huge and he turned into metal.
Yeah,
it's Colossus.
Colossus. And Jubilee. Not Jubilee.
No.
It was Jean Grey, maybe Storm.
Yeah, Storm was there.
Storm.
But see, we'll go into the backstory of X-Men history down the way because of the fact that it's been so long. But
that's right.
But we remember growing up, our original X-Men was Beast, Wolverine, Gambit,
Jubilee,
Jean Storm, Jean Grey, Cyclops. And who could forget?
Professor X.
Well, he's just
Charles.
Charles in charge of the X-Men. No, I was gonna say Wolverine's best friend ever, Morph.
Oh yeah, the guy that was in there the one time.
Yeah, what episode?
The first one.
Dude, do you know Morph's powers? I'm getting off on a bit of a tangent here, but I have to just say this. Morph's powers, we're dedicating a whole episode to Morph because of his abilities. I'm sorry, I have to do it. It probably won't be just Morph.
He's probably like the bomb, and that's why they only had him like one time because he could like do anything.
Actually, he comes back later on in the season.
Yeah, that's right.
It's crazy as hell. So that's your original group, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So then we get that Wolverine, and we get the hey bub,
and
then we get the gritty, just oh my god, just overall like
just
crazy.
Badass.
Yeah, that was when you had the wild Wolverine.
Yeah.
And Cody, do you you were telling me a couple bits about that. Go ahead and tell me about it.
What about what?
About the 90s like cool facts and everything. Like who actually created Wolverine anyway?
Len Wein. There's a Marvel writer, and John Romita Sr. is the art director. He designed him, and he was first drawn for publication by Herb Trimpe. And after, I think when we were talking later about like he joined the revamped version of the superhero team, the X-Men, Chris Claremont and John Byrne developed him after that, and then Frank Miller took on with Claremont, and then he revamped him even more, all the way up to 80s, and basically that's where he was in the 80s, and Frank Miller got a hold of him, and that's probably most likely, where we have him in the 90s. And, I mean, he is, like, the reason why I like him is because I've always loved the loner, and, like, the gritty loner, like, anti-hero. And, I mean, it comes from a lot from, it was popular during the Vietnam War for that type of person, He used willingness to use deadly force in his brooding nature. And that was what made up, like, an anti-hero, basically. It was just an unhinged, like, badass that just didn't take no shit. That's why, I don't know, that's what I love about Wolverine, and he appeared in the adaptation and the television series and all the video games, like all the Marvel vs. Capcoms, and the film series with Hugh Jackman, of course. Oi! And, yeah.
Yeah, crazy, man.
It is crazy.
Beyond crazy.
It's like Wolverine.
Yeah.
But he has good intentions, believe it or not.
Does he?
Yeah. He's a softie. If you
Yeah,
give him
he
the
took
chance.
Jubilee under his wing, and the next part of the Weapon X program. A lot of things kind of happened there. I mean, it was crazy. It really was. So.
It was.
Yeah, but we're getting to a point here where it's like, okay, we've got all these things, but you know what? They all come down to one thing. Wolverine is not immortal. And he does age.
He does age.
Uh-huh. And that's what brings us into the Old Man Logan storyline,
Yeah.
which is what Logan the movie is basically covering.
Yeah.
It's in the future. Logan's
2029.
Now, I'm going to say this right now, guys. For the next 2 minutes, so skip ahead 2 minutes if you don't want to hear, because this is spoiler country.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so, Logan, the movie. Again, spoilers, you stayed here. Oh well. It's getting put up after the movie pops up.
Mm-hmm.
So, Logan is losing his healing factor.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting old, he's getting weaker, can't do what he used to. Oh man, he's got some performance issues, man.
Mm-hmm.
Performance issues.
Needs to see a doctor.
Oh yeah. You know, keeps those claws out for more than 4 hours. I got jokes. Hey, oh, hey, oh. So anyway, so that storyline is basically going off that and going off the next level of the Weapon X program, which is a little girl who will become the next Wolverine.
Yep.
Spoilers if you haven't read the comics.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I told you spoilers for 2 minutes, guys. But anyway, let's get back on there. Now, I know we want to talk about the movie, and we're actually going to go see that tomorrow because it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So, can't wait to see that, and then we'll do like a special, like how we think about it and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, kind of go from there. But I think that we're about halfway through the normal podcast time, and we've been talking about Logan a lot. But you know what? I want to give some shout outs back to my DC, you know, family there. We were just talking about one of Neil Gaiman's.
Yeah, we were. The Sandman guy.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to...
Yeah, guys. I mean, it's gonna be crazy about that book. But you know what else, Cody?
What?
Do you know what's better than a regular book? An audio book.
An Audible book.
Oh boy!
For you, the listeners of I've Run Out of Things to Say podcast, Audible is offering a free audiobook download with a free 30-day trial to give you the opportunity to check out their service. I personally recommend Norse Mythology by Neil Gaiman. Try that audiobook free or another audiobook free by trying audible.com. The link in the description below, www.audibletrial.com/IROOTTS. Irootts.
Thank you, Audible. Our new sponsor. Woo! Yeah. So go check them out, guys. And definitely, I mean, you don't have to get Neil Gaiman's Norse mythology, but God, man, that is so good. I'm getting it. Cody's getting it. Mm-hmm. We're getting a book for him. I'd rather hear it. Because you know what the other best part about that is? Neil Gaiman is the one that's narrating it.
Mm-hmm.
So hear it from the words of the guy himself.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, man, we're on the back half of this podcast this week, okay? We've had a lot of things going on. I mean, like, we've had a bunch of people that are actually lining up to do interviews on the podcast, which is cool as hell.
Yeah.
We're trying to pull it back a little bit, get control of the reins.
Spread the word. Spread the word.
Oh yeah, spread it. Spread it like butter.
Spread the word.
Spread it like
so
butter.
We're still in infant form slightly. We're getting some big names.
Oh yeah, we're getting sponsors. We're getting big names, and
wow.
I mean, like, you guys, I can't wait to introduce you to our guests next week. I mean, if you ever listen to one of our podcasts, this is one of those few next week.
Yeah.
That is going to change everything.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
A lot of, like, very famous IPs this guy has worked on.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't believe we're interviewing him.
That's right. And what did you learn about this, Cody?
My whole childhood. This dude has, like, why...
He's a grandmaster. He is a grandmaster level.
He's a writer. Yeah.
Yeah. It's my hero, man.
Like, he wrote a lot of what we watched, and, like...
Well, we won't go too much into it. We don't want people figuring it out for sure. But let's just say, yeah. He's like grandmaster.
If you're a 90s kid, or watch anything from the 90s, if you're a little younger, you know...
You still know him. Trust me, he still works on things today.
Yeah.
So that's the best part. Now you know it's a he. See, we're already telling too much. We gotta cut it here. So,
but yeah.
but that's one. I've got 5 other people lined up that I haven't even told Cody about yet.
Wow.
5! 3 of which are major names.
Are you serious?
I am 100% serious. Like, dude, I am like so awesome right now. So, on top of that, Cody is launching our website in the next 2 weeks. Yeah, next 2 weeks, Cody. We're doing it. We're going live. 2 weeks. Look at his face, guys. I wish I was... That's the other thing I want to talk about. We are going to start adding a live stream element to our podcast. Mm-hmm. So you can see Cody's face when I drop these bombs on him. It's like, ba-boom! Ba-boom! Wow. So, in 2 weeks, we're going to have that up. The reason why we have the website going up is, one, you're going to hear some information, you're going to get some of our lists and stuff, some of the other things. We're going to be running a couple of contests coming up here again, and we would like to have an official place to do the contest other than Facebook. Here's the biggest thing, guys. We are also going to start selling our merchandise. So, we're working on getting a couple of things done. I'm going to contact a couple of my artist friends to kind of help alleviate Cody doing all the artwork. He's going to oversee everything, and he's going to give final approval on everything. But we'll have some T-shirts and some posters and other stuff to go up and everything. On top of that, we're also going to be starting out a new line of other things, but you're going to have to wait to find out about those. So look for it. I'm not going to say the name of the website yet. No. Because obviously when this goes up, Cody will not be done.
I'm just going to say it right now. It might be 3 weeks.
It's going to be 2 weeks.
Okay.
You got 2 weeks, Cody.
Oh, my God.
2 weeks. Anyway, so, that being said, all this crazy stuff happening.
Okay.
How do you feel about the podcast the way it is right now, Cody? I mean,
it's good.
I mean, have I blown your fucking mind?
Yeah. Blowing my mind.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. I've blown your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, 5 other interviews lined up on top of this guy, so it's 6. 3 of which you are going to flip. If I can get another one, I'm waiting to hear back.
I'm going to flip.
Dude,
tell me afterwards. You will tell me afterwards.
I will tell you one afterwards. Because I like to make you as excited about it as possible.
Oh my
because of the fact of, I'm going to say this right now.
What?
I got a hold of somebody that worked on a certain comic.
Get the fuck out of here.
I won't say anything else.
Get the fuck out of here.
I won't say anything else yet. But that
Don't
will be...
bleep that out.
Dude, that'll be 4 weeks from now. 4 weeks. 1 month.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's gonna be crazy as hell.
Tell me with your eyes. Tell me with your eyes right now. Yes!
Now, we
spiked the mic. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. So we're excited about this. But at the same time, we're also going to tone it back a little bit because of the fact that we got 4 weeks till this happens. Anything could happen, could change it.
I want to smash everything in this room right now. I'm so excited.
Don't do that. We need
No, I know.
We need the equipment. We're broke otherwise.
No, I know. I'm not crazy like that.
So, anyway, that being said, some crazy stuff, man. Dude, some crazy stuff. So, oh man, I can't believe to tell you. It's like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You're gonna flip though.
Yeah.
You're gonna flip. So
when you tell me,
yeah, well, you're just gonna flip.
I won't be too loud. I
know.
We're at your parent.
Oh, dude, you're gonna be like crazy, like, oh my god, I knew it. So, that being said, back end of the podcast. Obviously, it's a little bit shorter one than our usual one, but again, we just came back. We got some interviews that we're lining up. I've got to get some media kits out. Yeah. I got to get some other things done. Cody's got to work on the website. Mm-hmm. We got to work on our new inventory.
I see why you're ramping this out because it is who it is. I know who it is.
Yeah. Anyway.
You're like, we got to do this.
Yeah, so we're going all legit and crazy. So, that being said,
I'm sorry.
I think that this is the first time ever that I can say this on this podcast. So, if you've listened this far and you've gotten to the end, I'm going to tell you who's coming next week.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, the guy. Okay.
Yeah. So, for all you listeners, one of the godfathers of classic cartoons is going to be on next week.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
That's right. So, be ready for that because of the fact of
90s. Not classics, but
no, part of classics too.
Like classics, like
yeah.
How old is he? Like,
yeah.
He's not that old.
Oh, he is. Yeah, dude. Anyway. So, like I said, he's going to be coming in. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Okay?
So many questions.
A lot of them.
So many questions.
So many.
Like, shut up. So many questions.
Exactly. He's also going to put us in his newsletter that goes out tomorrow.
What?
Yeah. That's right.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's why I need a website as soon as possible.
Oh my god.
Yeah. We are going to be on a blast that goes out to, if I remember what he said correctly, what is it, like 672,000 people get that newsletter? Yeah.
Dude.
That many.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I need it by tomorrow, Cody. I need it now.
That's what it feels like. Oh my god.
So, that being said, like I said, this is the first time I can ever say this, that unfortunately we have to end the podcast now, but I still have things to say. But I have not run out of things to say this podcast. I just can't talk about it.
Yeah.
So, guys, we look forward to seeing you next week.
So much to do. That's why we gotta.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. So I wanted to come in, do a little bit of teaser,